One bad trade rarely ends a trader. Shame does. That is the part most traders never understand. They look back at a destructive session and think the damage started when the market moved against them. They think the spiral began with the entry, the stop loss, the candle, the sudden reversal, or the moment price did the one thing they did not expect. But the real damage usually begins after the trade is already over. It begins in the silence afterward. You sit there looking at the screen. The loss is closed. The number is real. The mistake is obvious. And instead of simply recording what happened, something heavier enters the room. You do not just think, I lost a trade. You think, I did it again. You think, I should know better by now. You think, maybe I am not built for this. That is shame. And shame is one of the most dangerous emotions in trading because it does not stay inside one trade. It spreads. It leaks into the next decision. It changes your posture, your patience, your timing, your risk, and your ability to see the market clearly. One bad trade becomes 10 bad trades because the first loss did not end as a loss. It became a story about you. This is how accounts get poisoned. Not by one mistake, but by the emotional residue that follows it. The trade closes, but the feeling remains. The chart resets, but your mind does not. A new setup appears, but you're not seeing it from a neutral state anymore. You are seeing it through the bruise of the last decision. You are still carrying the heat of embarrassment, frustration, regret, and self-judgment. Most traders do not lose control because they lack information. They lose control because they cannot recover emotionally after being wrong. Think about the last time you made a trade you knew you should not have taken. Maybe the setup was weak. Maybe you entered late. Maybe you increased size because you wanted the day to mean something. Maybe you moved your stop because accepting the loss felt too painful. And when the trade failed, the loss itself hurt, but the shame hurt more. The money was one wound. The meaning you attached to it was another. A clean loss says, this trade did not work. Shame says, you are the problem. That difference matters because a clean loss can be processed. A clean loss can be reviewed. A clean loss can be accepted as part of probability. But shame does not want review. Shame wants escape. Shame wants the feeling gone immediately. And because trading gives you a button you can click, shame often turns into action. You enter again, not because the market gave you a clean opportunity, not because your rules aligned, not because your plan called for another trade. You enter again because your nervous system wants relief. It wants to erase the feeling. It wants a winning trade to prove that the first mistake did not define you. That is how shame becomes revenge trading. Most traders think revenge trading is anger. Sometimes it is, but often revenge trading is shame wearing the mask of urgency. It is not just, I want my money back. It is, I want my self-respect back. It is, I want to feel competent again. It is, I want this uncomfortable story about myself to disappear. So you trade to repair your identity. And the moment you trade to repair your identity, you stop trading the market. You start trading your pain. At first, it feels almost logical. You tell yourself you are still thinking clearly. You tell yourself there is another setup. You tell yourself the market is moving, and you need to take advantage of it. But underneath those thoughts, your state has changed. Your breathing is tighter. Your eyes are fixed harder on the chart. Your patience has disappeared. You are not waiting anymore. You are hunting. And hunting from shame is not discipline. It is desperation with a strategy label on it. This is why the second trade after a shameful loss is often worse than the first. The first trade may have been a mistake. The second trade is usually a reaction. The first trade may have broken one rule. The second trade breaks several. You size too large. You enter too early. You ignore the hesitation in your body. You stop asking whether the trade is valid and start asking whether it can fix how you feel. That is the poison. One bad trade poisons the next 10 because shame changes the purpose of trading. The purpose is no longer execution. The purpose becomes emotional repair. You are no longer trying to follow a process. You are trying to undo a feeling. And the market is the worst place in the world to go for emotional repair because it does not care how badly you need relief. The market does not comfort you, it exposes you. It exposes the parts of your discipline that only exist when you feel good. It exposes the rules you follow only when your ego is untouched. It exposes whether your process can survive embarrassment. And for many traders, that is where the real weakness appears. Not during the analysis, not during the setup, but after the moment they feel ashamed. Because shame narrows your mind, it makes the world smaller. Suddenly, there is only the loss, the chart, and the need to fix it. You stop seeing the bigger sample. You stop remembering that one trade means almost nothing. You stop thinking in probabilities. Your entire trading career gets compressed into one painful moment. And when your perspective collapses, your decisions collapse with it. You take another bad trade. It fails. Now the shame doubles. You are not just ashamed of the first mistake. You are ashamed that you reacted to it. You are ashamed that you knew the pattern and still repeated it. So now the pressure increases. Now the urge to recover becomes stronger. Now the next trade carries even more emotional weight. This is the chain. Loss, shame, reaction. Worse loss. More shame, more reaction. And if you have ever blown an account after one stupid decision, you know this chain, you know how fast it moves. You know how a session that should have ended with one controlled loss turns into a personal battle. You know how the chart stops being a chart and becomes a mirror. Every candle seems to judge you. Every missed move feels like proof that you are behind. Every pause feels unbearable. That is not trading. That is emotional survival. Before we dive deeper, let me share something that can completely change your trading career. If you are tired of second-guessing your entries, moving stop losses, overtrading after one loss, or letting shame control your next decision, then my ebook was made for you. Master Your Mind, Master Your Trades breaks down trading psychology in a simple, practical way. How to stay consistent, control emotions, kill hesitation, and trade with a clear mind even when the market is moving fast. But if you really want to level up, if you want to think and trade like the top 1% of traders, then my full course is where everything comes together. Inside, I share my personal risk management and trading framework built from years of real market experience. You also get everything inside the ebook, plus my full trading psychology playbook and deeper lessons on discipline, execution, and emotional control. If you are serious about consistency and long-term profitability, check the links in my description. Now, let us get back to the video. The first step to breaking the chain is understanding that shame is not accountability. Many traders confuse the two. They think if they punish themselves after a mistake, they are being serious. They think harsh self-talk proves they care. They think the more painful the internal conversation is, the more likely they are to improve. But that is not accountability, that is self-attack. And self-attack does not create discipline. It creates instability. Accountability is clear, shame is cloudy. Accountability says, I broke my rule by entering early, and I need to understand why. Shame says, I am hopeless. Accountability identifies behavior. Shame attacks identity. Accountability leads to repair. Shame leads to escape. And this distinction is everything, because a trader who can hold themselves accountable without destroying themselves can learn from losses without carrying them into the next trade. You need that skill. You need the ability to look at a mistake without turning it into a verdict on who you are. Because trading will give you mistakes. It will give you losses. It will give you moments where you act below your own standards. That does not make you weak. It makes you human. The question is not whether you will make mistakes. The question is whether those mistakes will become data or poison. Data can improve you. Poison controls you. The professional trader understands this. They do not enjoy losses. They do not pretend mistakes are meaningless, but they refuse to let one trade become an identity crisis. They know that the second they start using the market to recover their self-worth, they have already lost control. So they create space between the mistake and the next decision. That space is discipline. Not the dramatic kind, not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that says, I am not allowed to trade again until I can see clearly. The kind that closes the platform for a few minutes. The kind that writes down the mistake before placing another order. The kind that lets the emotional wave pass before making a new decision. Because the next trade is not the problem. Your state is the problem. A good setup taken from a poison state can become a bad trade. Not because the setup changed, but because you changed. Your management becomes unstable. Your exits become emotional. Your patience disappears. You move stops, close early, add incorrectly, or stare at the trade with a desperation that was never part of the plan. The chart may be clean, but your mind is not. This is why recovery after a loss matters more than the loss itself. Anyone can lose with discipline. That is normal. That is part of the game. But not everyone can lose and stay intact. Not everyone can take the hit, record it, breathe, and return to neutrality. That is the skill most traders never practice. They practice entries. They practice analysis. They practice reading price, but they do not practice emotional recovery. And without recovery, every loss becomes a doorway into chaos. You do not need a system that never loses. You need a mind that does not collapse when it does. This is the deeper work. It is not glamorous. It will not feel exciting. It will not give you the dopamine of a new indicator or a new method. It is the quiet work of noticing what happens inside you after a mistake. The tightening in your chest, the urge to click, the story that says you are behind the impulse to make the day green, the embarrassment that whispers, you cannot end like this. That whisper is where the next 10 trades are born. If you can hear it without obeying it, you begin to change. The goal is not to eliminate shame completely. That is impossible. You will still feel regret. You will still feel embarrassment. You will still feel the sting of doing something you knew better than to do. The goal is to stop using trades as medicine for that feeling. The goal is to feel the shame without letting it become a command. This is emotional discipline, not suppressing emotion, not pretending you are calm, not forcing positivity. It is the ability to say, I feel ashamed, and I still will not trade from this state. I feel the urge to recover, and I still will not chase. I feel embarrassed, and I still will not punish myself through the market. That is real strength, because it separates your feeling from your behavior. Most traders are controlled because they fuse the two. They feel urgency, so they act urgently. They feel shame, so they trade from shame. They feel fear, so they close early. They feel anger, so they increase size. They feel regret, so they chase. Their emotions become instructions. And as long as emotions are instructions, discipline will always be temporary. You need a different relationship with emotion. Emotion can be information. It cannot be the driver. If shame appears after a mistake, it is telling you something. It may be telling you that you violated your own rules. It may be telling you that your expectations are too personal. It may be telling you that your identity is too attached to your results. It may be telling you that you do not yet trust your process. Listen to it, study it, but do not hand it the mouse. This is how you turn shame into data. You ask, what rule did I break? What feeling was I trying to avoid? What story did I attach to this loss? What did I want the next trade to fix? These questions bring the mind back to clarity. They move you from identity to behavior, from poison to information, from emotional reaction to structured review. And once you can review without self-destruction, your trading begins to stabilize. Because now a mistake stays one mistake. It does not multiply. It does not become a spiral. It does not become a full session of forced trades. This is what mature traders protect more than anything. They protect the boundary between one event and the next. They understand that every trade must be allowed to stand alone. A loss cannot be allowed to infect the next setup. A missed trade cannot be allowed to create urgency. A mistake cannot be allowed to rewrite your identity. The market will always give you another candle, but you may not have the same mind when it appears. That is why your recovery routine matters. After a bad trade, you need something that interrupts the chain. Not a complicated ritual, not a perfect journal, just a clean interruption. Stand up, look away from the screen, breathe until your body slows down. Write the mistake in plain language. No insults, no drama, no identity attack. Just the truth. I entered outside my plan. I moved my stop because I did not want to accept the loss. I increased size because I wanted to recover. I chased because I felt ashamed of missing the move. That kind of truth is uncomfortable, but it is clean. It does not poison you. It does not flatter you either. It simply tells you where the leak is. And when the leak is visible, you can repair it. But when you drown everything in shame, you cannot see clearly enough to improve. You are too busy defending yourself against yourself. That is why shame is so costly. It consumes the attention you need for learning. Instead of studying the mistake, you become the mistake. Instead of observing your behavior, you attack your character. Instead of building a correction, you build a wound. And wounded traders do not make clean decisions. They make protective decisions, desperate decisions, impulsive decisions, decisions designed to remove pain rather than follow process. This is where the trader must grow up, not in age, In responsibility, you have to stop making the market responsible for restoring your self-worth. You have to stop demanding that the next trade make you feel whole again. You have to stop using profit as proof that you are okay and loss as proof that you are broken. That emotional dependency is what keeps you unstable. Because if the market controls your identity, then every result controls your behavior. A professional does not give the market that power. A professional can lose and remain themselves. That does not mean they are cold. It does not mean they do not care. It means they have built an internal structure that is stronger than the emotional swing of one outcome. They understand that discipline is not proven when everything is going well. Discipline is proven after embarrassment, after frustration, after a stupid mistake, after the moment you want to disappear from your own standards. That is the real test. Can you lose without turning against yourself? Can you make a mistake without becoming reckless? Can you feel shame without letting it trade for you? This is where consistency is built, not in the perfect session, not in the clean winning day. Consistency is built in the ugly moment after you disappoint yourself, because that is when the old pattern usually takes over. That is when the spiral usually begins. That is when the next 10 trades are quietly decided. And if you can interrupt that moment, you change everything. You stop compounding shame. You start compounding trust. Every time you pause after a mistake, you teach yourself that you are not dangerous when you are emotional. Every time you choose not to revenge trade, you rebuild self-respect. Every time you accept a loss without chasing, you prove that your rules are stronger than your discomfort. These repetitions matter. They become evidence. And over time, that evidence becomes confidence. Not confidence that every trade will win. Confidence that you can handle whatever happens without abandoning yourself. That is real confidence. Most traders chase confidence through results. They want a winning streak to make them feel strong. But result-based confidence is fragile. It disappears as soon as the market turns. The deeper confidence comes from behavior. It comes from knowing that even if the next trade loses, you will not spiral. Even if you make a mistake, you will not destroy the day. Even if shame appears, you will not obey it. That kind of confidence changes how you sit in front of the screen. You are no longer afraid of your own reactions. You are no longer secretly worried that one mistake will turn into disaster. You are no longer trading with the hidden fear that you cannot be trusted. You begin to trust yourself again. And a trader who trusts themselves does not need to force. They can wait. They can accept. They can walk away. This is the transformation. Not becoming a trader who never feels shame. Becoming a trader who no longer lets shame decide. Trading reveals this faster because the feedback is immediate. The button is there. The money is there. The emotion is there. The temptation is there. You can see in real time whether shame controls you or whether structure controls you. That is painful, but it is also powerful because once you see the pattern, you can interrupt it. And once you interrupt it enough times, it stops being your identity. It becomes a signal, a warning light, a reminder to slow down. The next time you take a bad trade, do not only ask how much money you lost. Ask what story appeared afterward. Ask what you wanted to prove. Ask what the next trade was supposed to repair. Ask whether you were trading opportunity or trading shame. That question alone can save you from a spiral because it brings the hidden motive into the light. And once the motive is visible, it loses some of its power. The market will keep testing this. It will give you losses. It will give you missed moves. It will give you moments where you feel foolish. It will give you sessions where your discipline cracks. But none of those moments have to become the next 10 trades. None of them have to become the whole day. None of them have to become your identity. A bad trade can stay a bad trade. A loss can stay a loss. A mistake can stay a lesson, but only if you refuse to feed it shame. Before I go, remember this. If you truly want to level up your trading and become a stronger version of yourself, it is not about eliminating fear, doubt, shame, or discomfort. That is impossible. It is about learning how to control your behavior while those emotions are present, how to manage them, how to stay disciplined when the part of you that feels wounded wants to take over. That is exactly what my course and ebook are designed to help you do. If you are serious about growth, click the link in the description and grab your copy today. The trade that hurts you is not always the one that loses money. Sometimes it is the one that convinces you to abandon yourself afterward. So the next time shame appears, will you let it poison the next 10 trades? Or will you stop the chain right there?